Hello, and welcome to video 1 of our 3-part mini training series. We're so happy you decided to take the first step to understanding burnout, how to recover from it, and ultimately how to avoid it.
But in order to have a solution, we have to discuss the problem of burnout.
I had never heard of the word burnout before. I Googled it and thought, wow, this might be exactly what I'm feeling. I was feeling very low, lost, and stuck in a dark place, dark hole that I didn't know how to get out of. I know that may sound dramatic, but that's really how I felt. I also couldn't really put a finger on what exactly was causing me to feel that way. It kind of felt like everything in my life was making me feel like that. I had no routine. I had been working from home over the course of the pandemic, and I lost all of my routines. It was like I was living the same day over and over again. I was in an unfulfilling relationship. I was thinking horrible things about myself. I was treating my body horribly, ordering DoorDash for every meal. It was just bad, and I didn't know how to help myself. I was so deep down that I couldn't do it myself.
Maggie and I have a combined total of over 10 years of experience in the coaching space. And the most common problem we see in our clients is them working constantly, doing everything they can to build success while also trying to maintain their other responsibilities in life, like seeing friends, taking care of family, and working to stay healthy. But without the right systems and balance in place, this lifestyle always leads to an empty gas tank and just no more left to give.
I was exhausted. I just have like a crazy overwhelmed work schedule. That's how it felt. Like I just had too many things that I had going on, and I felt like I wasn't as in control of my life as I wanted it to be. And the biggest problem with how it wasn't working was the fact that in order to fit everything in, I basically wasn't sleeping, and it was having a very specific impact on me, specifically blood pressure. I kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, maybe I need some help.
Our clients were either burning the candle on both ends or taking a blowtorch to one end of the candle and obliterating it. And hustling endlessly to make their dreams come true, they've reached a point of burnout by living every day in survival mode, people-pleasing, and trying to be everything for everyone. They can't seem to unsubscribe from hustle culture and always feel like there aren't enough hours in the day.
It's exhausting, discouraging, and truthfully creates feelings of unworthiness and not being enough. If this sounds like you, know that you're not alone. It's not sustainable to live this way. And although you may have intended for this work-life hustle to be temporary while you build the dream, it's likely that this way of life has just become your identity, and that you've created dozens of unhealthy habits in order to keep the dream alive. Only to find out that once you reach the destination, you just want more. You still feel behind, or even worse, it's not as great as you thought it would be. And the sacrifice of your well-being just wasn't worth it.
I had no idea how to even be a functioning human as an entrepreneur. I was like, yeah, they don't teach you this. Like, how do you go about finding all those tools and information and building your life the way that you want it to be, not the way that society or your high school or whatever told you that it should be.
The good news about this problem is that almost everyone is dealing with burnout or feelings of being stuck in some way or another. So as we said before, you're not alone and you're not broken. Our brains were not designed to be continually overstimulated for 12 to 15 hours a day and still be expected to maintain a healthy state of mind. They were, in fact, designed to seek pleasure and do more of what we love.
I want to do all of these things, but I don't know how to do any of them. I felt like I knew where I wanted to be, but I just didn't know how, I didn't know the path.
But we've truly become a product of our environment and our society's programming. So here are the societal stories and beliefs that we're up against. We're not working hard enough. We're running out of time, or there's just never enough time. If we're not actively working, we can't be making money. Our worthiness is measured by our productivity. Doing more and pushing harder is the only way to achieve success. And we have to work hard, sacrifice pleasure, and grind to build the dream.
But the truth is, we are enough, and everyone's journey is different. Personal and professional growth is not one size fits all, but social media puts everyone on the same field and compares our progress with likes, views, and followers. As we constantly compare ourselves to others, we feel inadequate and unworthy.
Also, grinding and chasing success is just not the answer to freedom. And this is the real doozy. So many of us embark on our entrepreneurial journeys because we don't want to work for someone else. We weren't thriving in those systems, and we want the freedom of creating our own visions and our own impact. But when we start our businesses, we bring those same hustle, grind, and push beliefs into our businesses because they're the only ones we know. It's time we intentionally work smart, not hard.
I said, just something's got to change, and I just feel like I don't have the sense of freedom that I want. I just feel like I need a greater sense of freedom than I feel like we have in our life right now.
Life is constructed around cycles, seasons, full moons, the tide cycle, stock and real estate market cycles, and especially women's menstrual cycles, which creates more life. And burnout is no different. If you're watching this video, you've probably experienced a burnout cycle at least once in your life, and it's like hitting a wall from a moving train. By breaking it down, we can actually see why we end up in these cycles in the first place.
We work hard, gain momentum, and start to see positive results. Then opportunities arise and we add more to our plate, and even though we secretly know it's too much because we're afraid of missing an opportunity and not being asked again, we believe that if we stop the train, all of our hard work will be for nothing and the success will just slow down.
So we keep going. Yep. Hoping that this unsustainable life is just temporary and that in the near future, we can actually take a day off, maybe a short vacation, or even follow up with our friend's dinner request.
That would be great. But that time never comes because we have built a life around this productivity and progress. Our habits encourage a fight or flight response and requires us to always be on and available.
We all know what happens next. We hit the wall. Burnout, baby.
Yep.
And this looks different for everyone. Some people get sick and end up out of commission for a few days or weeks. Some people have panic attacks led by fear and anxiety. Some people burn out with rage and start attacking the people that love and support them. And it can often lead to numbing the problem with drugs, sex, alcohol, gambling, shopping, Netflix, you name it. Anything to blow off steam, relax, and find some peace. But the real problem never actually gets solved.
No, it doesn't. We power through the sickness, maybe Google a therapist, take a meditation class, take a week off if absolutely necessary, but we're overwhelmed with what it will take to change. And we never actually set the intention to build a more sustainable life. We just hope our old life is still there running so we can just jump back on the train.
And once we're stable enough, we do. We jump right back into our old behaviors and start the cycle all over again. Burnout and its cycles are now recognized as a diagnosable medical condition. Experiencing cycles of burnout for prolonged periods of time actually decrease your ability to feel and exercise compassion and care. And it also leads to feelings of inefficacy and hopelessness.
But the effects of burnout are not simply psychological. They're also physical and have long-term health implications. The consistent stress response triggered in these cycles of burnout make you more likely to develop heart disease, experience high blood pressure, and suffer from digestive complications.
In short, living this way takes joy and years off of your life. There are two ways to break these cycles: awareness and intention, our best friends.
Yes.
By becoming aware of these cycles of grinding and burning out, you will be able to access which life factors, behaviors, stressors, and habits lead to burnout, and which life factors, behaviors, and habits restore you.
By setting new intentions and truly being more intentional with your time, energy, and focus, you will be able to make different decisions, which will cause new behaviors that you can build new sustainable habits on.
It's important to know that you don't have to live like this to succeed. There is a better way. Just because everything you've tried in the past hasn't worked doesn't mean you're stuck in a cycle. It means that you haven't found the right system that works for you yet. Until now.
We've created a proven method that identifies the problem and cause of burnout, creates solutions, breaks the cycles, and allows you to keep having more by doing less.
In video 2, we'll explain our proven and transformative method, show you how it works, and how entrepreneurs are transforming their lives.